obviously with some of my videos, I no longer give a fuck about the Republicans or the Democrats, and I have no problem with what Nick Fuentes said he's going to vote for the Democrats. The way I look at it, this is a tyrannical system, and basically, I helped vote to make the system stronger. The Democrats want to make it more weak, and I think it's more susceptible for overthrow or reform if it is weakened. Now, I know that's bad. That's bad for our everyday lives, but like, what is our everyday life becoming? It's becoming less, is becoming harder and harder. You know, gas prices are going to go up, so that means all the prices on everything else is going to go up. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We're barely making it as it is right now, and they want us to work harder, work longer hours, just be a slave. We're slaves. We're basically slaves. I've heard all these people, if you want to get ahead, you got to work 70 hours, 60, 70 hours a week. Yeah, but it's like, if that becomes the norm, 60, 70 hours a week just to pay your bills, that becomes the normal. That's slavery. And it's unsustainable. We're not going to keep doing this. If I was a young person and, they came knocking on my door saying you got drafted, I'd say, fuck you. That's what I would say, fuck you. Throw me in prison. Oh well, throw me in jail. I don't give a fuck. There's no way in hell I'm going to go to Iran and fucking die for Israel. There's no way in hell. Now, if Barron Trump was on the front lines, if that one kid, that Gen Z kid that they're trying to prop up as the next Charlie Kirk, you know who I'm talking about. He made a viral video from a private plane. Obviously, he's being propped up. If those people were on the front lines, if Trump was on the front lines, or at least in the battlefield, okay, then I can respect that. If you're not going to get your hands dirty yourself and you're just like sitting back in your office telling people what to do, I don't respect you. I just don't. This is what I've had a lot of problems with bosses, managers, supervisors, is a lot of them don't actually come out and toil in the fields with us. You don't even have to do that much, just a little bit, just to show, just you're out there, directing, helping out, directing the chaos, instead of just like, you have to do this, and they're out, and then they're out. They're just sitting there in their office doing nothing. I highly respect that. The company I work for right now, these guys, like, there's an office. We have a shipping place. There's literally a desk out on the floor, not behind. They have a couple like real offices that right by there, but they have a desk. So there's somebody that sits out there in the desk doing, what I mean? They're out there with you. They're in the environment with you. They're in the heat. They're in the cold. My manager, my supervisor, dude, I just told my supervisor yesterday, and I'm new here. I said, hey, I'm not trying to kiss your ass or anything, but I highly respect that you're coming out here and working with us and toiling with us. And you know what I mean? I've worked at so many different places where the supervisors and managers don't do shit. They just sit behind a desk and they don't come on the floor. Even directing the chaos. There's a bunch of chaos. I remember working at this warehouse, and it would be bottlenecked. So what that means, if you don't know what bottleneck means, is it's like it's open and everyone comes to this one spot. It's tight. Sometimes it would just be one machine can get through at a time instead of two. It would just be one because it's so condensed. And it's like, get your ass out of the office, help clean this shit up, direct people, help with traffic, get your ass out of the office and help us. So I highly respect my I like that about my new place is they're out here doing the hard work, getting their hands dirty, and it's a dirty job, man. So I really respect them for that. Unlike people like the president or generals who sit behind a desk, like, you're fucking old. Get the fuck out of here. If you can't go into battle yourself or at least be some type of field marshal, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. No, we shouldn't be listening to your punk ass anyway. We don't need like 20-year-olds leading and everything like that. But people my age, this everyone wants to sit here and kiss Gen X's ass like there's some type of great generation when they're fucking weak. You know what I mean? Like, they should have took over. They should be in charge right now. No, the boomers are in charge. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, Gen X is just as bad as the boomers, in my opinion. They ain't shit. And I'm like the little baby. I'm the little baby of the Gen X. I'm a little tiny baby Gen X. And I ain't afraid of you motherfucking Gen X motherfucker. Come at me. A lot of you are just as bad as the fucking boomers. You sit here and talk shit about the boomers when you do the same fucking thing. But she likes when I make videos. So, I think that the dollar has not only enslaved the world, it's enslaved Americans as well as myself. I think it needs to be done. I think that we need to get rid of the IRS. I don't know why we're being taxed as much as we're being taxed. I don't know why I have to pay property taxes on my vehicle that I own. I don't know why you have to pay property taxes on a house you own. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It really doesn't make any fucking sense. It's almost like we don't own shit. That's what it's almost like. The important shit we don't really fucking own. You own a business, you got to pay a property tax. Like, fuck you and your property taxes. If they were actually doing something for our communities, they were nice, safe, like every single place, if this is the best place in the world, every single community should be really, really well off. The amount of taxes that we spend. But it's not. We spend overseas. We keep on giving foreign aid and going to foreign wars. And like right now, literally, if you go into battle for Iran, you're doing it into Iran. You're doing it for Israel. You're not doing it for us. What? And I'm not sitting here defending Iran. I don't like Iran. I didn't like their leadership. And I got into a debate with these Iranians, and they're like, "Oh, they like Israel because they're trying to liberate them." It's like, who's gonna help? Are you gonna help liberate me from my government? No, you're not. I'm gonna have to do it myself. We're gonna have to, roll our sleeves up and do it ourselves. You're not gonna help us. And I understand they lost 50,000 people their government killed, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But like, do you know the rate of people who died to liberate Americans? Like I said, if you take those numbers, what they were back then, when there was like 2-point-something million Americans with 7,000 American soldiers that had died during that, and you equate to the numbers now, it would be like 600,000 Americans that basically lost their lives if you equal the numbers, so people can understand, like, because 7,000 people, like, doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's only 2 million, you still, like, but people equate, like, they relate more to, like, where they're at, like what the numbers they're at. Anyway, that's what I do. I don't know if everyone else, that's what I am like. it makes more sense because I know there's like 330 million, 360 million Americans. Some of them are illegal. A good, but a good portion, I guess. But it's like you have to liberate yourself, man. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna come and save me. You know, I'm gonna have to save myself. And this government is completely tyrannical, and it's weird. It's like, listen, man. I just try to heed the warning that you are creating a revolution. You're creating a war. You're creating civil war. This is what you're creating, and then maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want us to get violent and take each other out. But I don't have no problem paying taxes if my community is innovating. It looks beautiful. I don't see it. I don't see it. I see dilapidated cities. Some areas are okay, but like the whole city should be immaculate. I see every single city, like I don't care who they're ran by, Republican, Democrat. Usually, I'm not gonna sit here and do this shit. They don't run the cities very well. There's low trust society. They don't feel safe, and I guess certain part. I don't want to go to cities. I don't, and I should feel safe. I should feel safe going to cities. Oh, you're a fucking pussy. They'll say you're a pussy. Blah blah blah. Whatever, dude. I don't really give a fuck what you say, man. I don't care. You know what this government has become doesn't represent the people. It represents foreign interests and the elite. It doesn't represent the people who actually live here. Or it only represents the people who are rich that live here. That's it. It doesn't represent... And here's the thing. It's like we're getting more and more numbers. So like the more poor you make us, we're just getting more and more numbers. And you're just making yourself more isolated. You rich fucks. And you're going to be extremely outnumbered. Extremely. Like you already are extremely outnumbered. When it becomes just the tiny bit has everything and us have nothing, like, do you not see what happens? Do you not see what's the end game? When in Monopoly, when you own everything, the game is over. Then what? Then what? We start a new game. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, you have no plan. None of you have any type of plan for what. And people are just going to say, when people can't afford to eat, when people can't afford to go to work and they just stop working, everything's going to be fucked. Now, in the Declaration of Independence, I got this out of the Declaration of Independence. This is my song 1776. Now, you can look this up yourself. It's the Declaration of Independence. That's what it says in the Declaration of Independence. And does this feel like liberty and justice? Do we see rich people getting away from being getting away with being pedos? Do you see the government arresting anybody? Do we see any arrests for the Somalians who stolen tax dollars? Do we see any of these politicians that basically have been insider trading? Any arrests for these people? No, they're immune. Why are they immune? They can break the law. They can go kill somebody and be immune. Like, what? I understand that's like a little bit, probably not, but like they can break laws and be immune because they're a politician. No, fuck you. You're not a god. You're not a king. You're not fucking royalty. You ain't shit. That's what they think that they are, and they need to be fucking humbled. Many people need to be humbled in this society. And, you know, if we keep on going this way, I was hoping that Trump was, I guess he's not, though. You know, I was hoping like he's so I guess we're going to have to destroy all of this shit and rebuild. That's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. And you come visit me, FBI. Go ahead. You know what I mean. But this is my observation and where people are going to go. If you look at the past, you look at the French Revolution, you look at the American Revolution, you look at the Haitian Revolution, people eventually reach their breaking point. We haven't. We're probably not going to reach our breaking point. Who knows? 2026 summer can be pretty weird. It's going to be pretty wild, especially if the gas prices stay high and prices on everything stay high. The economy is probably going to tank. And this is the golden age of Trump, right? Oh, it's going to be the golden age. What the fuck do we invest in? What safe investments is there? The stock market, that's about to crash. Gold, like it's just like people were going into gold, but silver, and then you just see like Bitcoin. You don't know what. It's all like a casino. We don't know what the fuck. The dollar, should I keep my assets in the fuck? Should I try to save as many dollars as I can? And it's like, it almost seems like it was harder to get credit when I was younger, probably around 25. It seemed like it was harder back then, but maybe it was because I was younger. But it just seems like when my kids, damn, it's crazy that one of my kids got offered a $10,000 credit limit. I told my kids, like, have a couple of these, basically to pay for stuff. And, it's okay to acquire a little bit of debt. It's okay. It's sustainable. Oh, 25 bucks. As long as you have a job, you're fine. $25 a month I have to pay on this, and I owe $1,000. Who gives a shit? But when you start getting crazy with it, that like I basically did, or other people, some of it was my own fault, some of it wasn't. It was inflation. It was trying to keep up with everything, raising a fucking family. These Republicans and conservatives, who is it? They can't understand why nobody wants to have kids. They can't. I don't know. Why doesn't anyone want to have kids? It's such a hard concept for these people to understand. That is, nobody wants to raise their kids in a household that both parents have to work, and you shuttle them off to daycare while you have the grandparents going on cruises, living in, they have multiple houses, and you're raising your kid in like a 1-bedroom apartment. And they're living it up, having a great fucking time, when it should be like, hey, you guys should come and live with me because I got a house and I'll help you with your kid. I'll help you raise your kid. Oh, they shouldn't have to do that. Well, like, that's what they did all in history. All this shit that's normalized now is brand fucking new, where grandparents just live on their own and do their own fucking thing. No. People had to live with each other. You look at, here's a movie so everyone knows, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You see the grandparents living in the same, like this, you know what I mean? That's how that was normal. That's how people made it. The grandparents pitched in their kids' lives. They pitched in their grandkids' lives. They gave wisdom. It wasn't this isolation. Oh, why doesn't anyone have kids? I don't know, because the older generations don't give a fuck about their grandkids. How about that? And it's not just the boomers, it's Gen Z too. Gen Z is a fucking problem. I'm so sick of Gen Z, like, being, like, they're just like, oh, we're gonna let you off the hook. I'm so sick of that shit, because they're a fucking part of the problem too. If I had grandkids, I have no problem living with my kids. I don't want to go into depth with about my situation, because I don't like to talk about family members on here. But I'm just saying, like, I would rather live with my kids so so somebody else isn't raising my grandkid in daycare. I would rather do that. Even if I had to sleep on the damn couch, I would rather help out. If they had to both work, the mom and the dad, I would prefer if it was me and my son, like the man of the house. We're going out there and providing, while the mom of my grandkids stays home and raise. That's what I prefer. But either way, like if they had to, I have no problem. Oh, it's not my problem. Like, why did you fucking bring kids into the world then, you piece of shit? I just want to come along and give them fucking candy. Like, what is... You wanted them. You brought them in here. Now you're not gonna... You're just gonna be like... Nobody said you had to raise the fucking kids, but you can be in their lives. Do you know how many of these, like, boomers and Gen Z fucking grandparents are not in their grandkids' lives at all? They don't know shit about them. There are good ones that are, for sure. But, like, this is so different from the past. Like, what we're in, the amount of boomers and Gen X, not if I mess it up, Gen X grandparents that aren't in their grandkids' lives or even in their own kids' lives is unprecedented. This shit is fucked. And then they wonder why people aren't having kids. I don't know. They don't have the support. Not just the money thing, but it's also the support from the family. We all want to go from... We all want to, like, do great things instead of, like, hunkering down and being around familiar people, our family. You know, we would go here, go there, keep it, you know, I need to, like, show up, like, try to get all this bag, raise a family way away from my fucking mom and dad, while my kids can be, you know, not around family members, not raised around family members, cousins and aunts and uncles or nothing like that. Just way the fuck out here. Just the only people they know is the parent, and then hopefully they get some fucking friends in school, which the friends help them, you know, help raise them. You know, because the parents can't, because they're both working. So they have to go to school. I remember like thinking, during the best times, the most best times in my kid's life, thinking, I can't wait till they go to school. Then I don't have to work. That's like a baby. It's fucked up, man. This whole system's fucked up. It's unsustainable. It doesn't fucking work. And when, you know, people get mad at the boomers and they say that you lied to me about, you know, the college education. I was told to get a college education too. The reason why I never went to college, because I hated fucking school. Now, the social aspect, it was okay. But I fucking hated being told what I had to learn. I hated it. I want to learn what I want to fucking learn. Okay? I don't want to be told what the fuck to learn. It just made me hate it. And it's so weird to, like, learn some of this shit that I was, like, being forced to learn, which I kind of ignored most parts and just tried to just get by, the bare minimum. When I'm, like, thinking about, like all this stuff in history, even college stuff, like thinking about these philosophers and shit like that, I'm doing it on my own. Here's another thing with these fucking influencers. I made a video yesterday talking about this shit. It's going to be wild seeing the drop off of these people who have made money doing what I'm doing right now. I do this for free. And in fact, I don't like there being ads on my fucking videos. I hate it. I hate that. I don't think there's any ads. I don't put any ads on here. Even if I could, I wouldn't. It makes my content more authentic. Who the hell, like, there's a content creator I used to listen to a lot last year, Raymond's Thoughts. He only makes content to make money, and he says that. And it's like, I got sick of listening to him because I got sick. I'm not going to pay for a YouTube Premium. I'm just not. I'm not going to give people money who suppress my content. Why would I give you fucking money? Fuck you. But it was just like, dude, I have to skip ad every 5 fucking minutes. I'm trying to play a game. I don't want to skip an ad every 5 fucking minutes. And I think that you're going to see more content creators like mine who don't put ads on there and don't do this for money are going to be more respected. I know it sounds weird. I seen the Quartering who he called out Dave Smith. And I guess Dave Smith is like a really intelligent, popular person. And he did it on Twitter. He's like, we'll debate. And then he's like, the guy responded and he's like, okay, who are you and what do you want to debate about? And then the Quartering was like, he deleted it. He got scared. Like, he's a fraud. These people, they put out their just to get paid to fund their lives. And you're going to see a lot of these people who are popular, they're going to have to start coming out and doing regular jobs. These people who mock people, I've seen, there's this thing going on. I don't like Jasmine Crockett. I don't like her at all, but they made an AI because she made this like this TikTok dancing thing. And they took AI and they made it into her Popeye's chicken. Now she works on Popeye because she doesn't have a job now. She lost, and I don't think that's not gonna be the last we've heard of her. I guarantee it. She's propped up and she's gonna come back. Probably something bigger, honestly. But them mocking people at my fucking level, and this is what I hate about like. I literally had a fucking argument with somebody on Twitter. He says he's a business owner. He talks shit about his employees. And he's like, nobody wants... Like, yeah, because you're a fucking asshole. You don't want to pay them. And you're on here talking shit about them. You're a piece of fucking shit. Oh, you never been to management. Blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. You need to treat people with respect and decency. Maybe they'll want to work with you. The people I'm working with now, the leadership I work with now, they treat me with respect and decency. Like, they come out here and work with me. They get their hands fucking dirty, and that's what we need to see. We need to see these popular people get their fucking hands dirty, because they ain't shit. I don't give them any more money. I think I've given Tim Cast like $5. I think I had some problems with the supervisor woman, so let's have like a little phone counseling thing, and I paid for that for like an hour. But I think that's it. I don't give these content creators any fucking money, and you shouldn't either. Stop giving them super chats. If you can, stop listening to their shit. Like, these people mostly are fucking frauds, and they'll say whatever they have to say to get views and clicks and money. That's all it's about. They're not about the life. They're not about being authentic. They sit here and talk all this shit, but they're not about it. They just say what they have to say for their fucking money. Like, these people are grifters. You call me a grifter because my mind changes on something. I don't give a fuck. But I'm not changing my mind based off of financial influence. It's because, like, oh shit, I was wrong. I'm not going to keep fucking doubling down when I know I'm wrong. So, just like the Trump thing. I was wrong. I thought that this was the last... I was wrong about Trump. And maybe I'm wrong about him now. Maybe he comes through. Maybe he sees the light. I don't fucking think so. I think he's in too deep now. But... it is what it is. So, yeah, that's it.